Now, I have to say something about Yaw Boafo, the outgoing president of the Ghana Bar Association. Now, his father is SK Boafo, you know. Maybe they'll get Yaw Boafo's photograph for me if they can. Yaw Boafo's father is SK Boafo. Now, I have a very personal relationship with SK Boafo. In the early 2000s, when I was working as a communications officer for Asante Kotoko Football Club, he was the regional minister in Ashanti. And in those days, Kotoko were participating in about 3 or 4 competitions. So every 2 weeks, we had the Kumasi Stadium. Either we are playing the league, or we are playing the African Cup, or we are playing the FA Cup. Now, when I was in Kumasi and Kotoko were playing, SK Boafo is a staunch Kotoko fan. He always come to the stadium. So Sunday lunch was always in his house at the residency. And then from there, we all go to the stadium. So I spent many Sundays with SK Boafo in Kumasi, maybe at least twice a month. And then after the game, we end up in his house again, talk about the game, have a chat, Sometimes Opokunti, some of the older players, the legends of Kotoko, they will pass through his house. And we had very beautiful moments in those years. Very beautiful moments. It was always, I always relished going to Kumasi on Friday for a Kotoko game. It was just great. Anyway, so Yaw Boafo was the lawyer for Asante Kotoko in those days. And Yaw Boafo for up 10 years had rendered free legal service to Asante Kotoko. He's a very decent lawyer, the outgone president of the Ghana Bar Association. He's a very decent man and a very decent lawyer too. And Yaw Boafo, I used to have conversation with Yaw Boafo when all of the things happening in law school, we talked about it, whether they should write entrance exam, whether they should change the system to America. I mean, Yaw Boafo was thinking like that in 2004, 2005, that this law school, they should change it and make it like this, like that. I wasn't surprised when he became president of the bar. But as I was thinking about him this afternoon in terms of doing this presentation, I thought I should make a suggestion to general public and let's see whether the powers that be can consider it. When you have a president of the Ghana Bar Association who have so distinguished himself with such candor as Yaw Boafo, I think that he deserves to be on the Supreme Court. Then Outgoing did that and I think it worked well. Maybe we should start thinking about that so that we are enriching the Supreme Court with some of the most prominent barristers. And that's how any Supreme Court can be enriched. If you have the prominent barristers accepting, like Yoni Kulendi did, accepting to take positions on the bench, it is that way that you will be enriching the law. So I'm just recommending that people like Yaw Boafo, for the work that they've done at the bar, they should now be seriously considered for the Supreme Court. And when Ifuagate has finished, certainly Ifuagate should be considered for the Supreme Court. She's led Greater Accra Bar Association with sterling qualities, and now she's the president of the National Bar. This was her second attempt at becoming president. She competed against Yaw Boafo and was defeated. And this time she defeated Agbesi and won the election. And by the time she's finished, after the next, 3 or 4 years, I believe that Ifuagate will be a very useful addition to the bench and will become a very distinguished Supreme Court judge. That's the suggestion I wanted to put up as we complete.